Hey, what's up, everybody? Back at it. So, today I want to talk with you guys about, excuse me, something that I get asked. I think I've been asked this on almost, not every one of them, but almost every coaching session that I've done. They ask, does the narcissist still think about me? And of course, you want to know why. Why do you think that? And also, okay, if they're thinking about me, then why won't they call and make up and all of those other things? So the short answer on that is absolutely they're thinking about you. They think about you. They think about everybody that they have destroyed in their past, but because they had a relationship with you, yes, they do think about you. Now, they're not going to act on, coming back to you and stuff like that, because something that you have to start to understand, and this is something that I have just recently started to understand and figure out, and that is that you have to learn how to start processing information differently than you were processing it before. And for example, a narcissist, if you've been watching different coaches for a while, I'm almost certain that you've heard several of them say that a narcissist, they're watching your every move, they study you, and they read you, and they're processing that information. It's not that they are so keen, as far as they're not. It's not that they're so keen when it comes to looking at you and they can see right into you, like there's a gateway right inside your eyes that they can look into, and now they instantly know everything about you. What it is a narcissist is able to process information about you through things that you show them and things that you talk about with them. They're very keen when you are on a certain vibration. See, a narcissist is very knowledgeable about stuff like that. And not to say that they're an expert, they could come on here and give you a dissertation about it. But what I am saying is that they process that information differently than we do. As if to say, the moment that you hit the enter button, they have it just like that, like they were a computer. Like you may tell them a story about something that happened in your childhood, and instantly they know the direction that they're going to go in when they start to abuse you, because they process that information that way. They're looking for, which way am I going to go with this? How am I going to get into this person's head, and how am I going to manipulate and destroy them later? And this is one of the things I want you guys to start looking into is yourself being able to process information, because that's what I'm trying to show myself. That's what I want to be able to give to you guys, because see, when you ask questions, and don't get me wrong, I have asked the same questions. I've asked them for maybe a year, asked the question like, well, how do you know? How do you know? And I figured out that the reason that people who have done this and went through this before me, the reason that they are able to tell you with such clarity and explain to you how and why, most of the time, is because they know how to process that information. Everything that they do and everything that we do It's information, and it's all about how you process that information. Like, okay, for instance, like I said, the question today is, does the narcissist think about you? Well, because I've gone through it and I know that side of it, I know the stage of development where you're at mentally. So I'm able to look at that and I'm able to say, well, yeah, no question. They're thinking about you, because that's how the human mind works. Nobody could just deal with you and have a relationship with you for a period of time, especially you guys who've been in a relationship with one of those things for years, that you have become a part of their DNA just as they have become a part of yours. And now you're trying to filter all of that out of you. They're doing the exact same thing. They're doing the same thing that you're doing. Now, when they have someone else, which 99.9, 100% of the time, they do. When you get discarded, you get discarded because someone else is there, but they knew. See, they were processing information while they were with you, and you didn't even think about it. You were totally oblivious, but they processed that information. They saw something one day at a time in your relationship that showed them, okay, this is just how far I can push this person. And then they're going to stop everything. So I need to, I had to get this 8-ball moving and hurry up and get a new supply that I can make a main supply. So they're recruiting till they get somebody, and then they can discard you. They're only going to discard. A discard coming from a narcissist, people, is simply you being put on the shelf. That's it. You're not being thrown out, because, you're just getting put on the shelf with the rest of their bodies, because they just body collectors. That's it. And they will be back. Why? Because they always come back. Why? Because they always destroy relationships. People, when you start to process this information and really see them, a lot of times it does take confirmation for you to be able to process information so that you can see what's coming in the future. I've seen it. I've seen the confirmation in so many different cases. That's what helps me process the information so much differently. So when you get discarded, you're wondering, well, how could they do this? And why did they do this? And why? You have a million why questions because you're hurting, and again, basically things happened, they saw your supply dwindling down and they needed, a stronger supply. You were asking questions, which means you're at some point going to start to hold them accountable for things. They are not into that. They're just not. They're not. And as you start to process this and start to be able to see them in a different light, you're going to start to understand the way they work. Because they really work in a robotic way, unlike us. We work more in an emotional way. We're much more emotional than a narcissist. A narcissist is really robotic. Now, getting back to the narc thinking about you. Well, even though the people that I've spoken with, quite honestly, 99.9%, the narcissist, after discarding them for someone else, the narcissist still is immediately following them, looking on their social media. They've had to block them. They're sending them text messages. They're always doing something to stay in your life, because truly a narcissist knows that they are the one destroying the relationship. First of all, people, Don't think for 1 second that they don't know that they are the problem. A narcissist absolutely knows they are the problem. They know they came to you with evil intent. They know that they did not mean you any good. Okay? They knew it. So when they discard, see, the narcissist is thinking, listen, I gotta have this supply over here because they just don't see who I am. I'm sorry, I gotta take this one. And you, my friend, are starting to see who I am. And you're gonna learn who I am, and then you're not gonna give me that energy that I need. This person over here, they have no clue of who I am. I'm gonna eat them alive, and then I promise you I'm gonna be back to you. I just need you to forgive me for a little bit of this stuff. And hopefully when I get back with you, you won't remind me of the things that I've done to you. And then I'll commence to having a relationship with you again. So, and that's kind of how it works with the narcissist people. They're coming back. They're coming back, and they're going to come back acting like, like you did something to them, like you were the violator, that you were the one that, disrespected the relationship, that you were the one that didn't want the relationship anymore, how they love you so dearly and can't live without you, and you've been the only thing on their mind the whole time. People, it's textbook. It's textbook. A narcissist can pull a lie out of the sky and will tell you something, and you will just believe it because you'll believe it because you still, a lot of times we still infatuated with them. So they're going to continue to check back in. If you were a main supply, they're going to check back in. They're going to check back in. They want to test the temperature in the room to see if they can just walk in the room with you and just talk. Oh, they're going to reach out. They're going to reach out. They're going to reach out again because they want to see the temperature. Can I come back, baby? Okay. I still got this thing going on, but this thing over here is getting shaky because I'm driving this person crazy. So eventually I'm going to need to get back here with you. Okay? You and, all the other bodies that I have on the shelf in here. That's the mindset and that's the thinking of the evildoer. Whew, I tell y'all, when you're thinking about, are they missing you? You're wondering if they're missing you the way you're missing them. I challenge you to this. How much do you think you're really missing that person? How much do you really think you're missing them? And let's talk about, what do you really miss about the person? Their lies that they gave you every day. The disrespect that was endless. The cheating. Do you really miss the cheating? The way they steal from you. Some of y'all, they got you fired from your job. The division that they brought into your family, your household. Come on, y'all help me out I want y'all to help me out in the comments with the things that you miss about the narcissist. The things you miss, the arguments, the police at your house, the protective orders, legal fees, stolen money, that embezzled money, the lying, the smear campaign, they're flying monkeys. Tell me which part of this you miss. Which part of it you miss the most? Which part of it do you need back in your life, people? The way they disrespect you. The way that you felt while you were with them and you didn't feel like you were with anybody. You felt lonely while you were with them. Help. I want to hear this. I want to see that in the comments. I want you guys to help me understand what you miss about them. Because I can tell you what they miss about you. Okay, so that's just a partial list of what the narcissist, what you miss about the narcissist. I can't think of, I can think of a few more. I'll give you a few more. The way that, the affection was totally non-existent affection. How bland the lovemaking was. That one position that they know how to do. Entertain me with it. I mean, for real. Entertain me with it. I'm going to tell you what they miss about you real quick. They miss having a representative in their life that made them look like a human being. They miss being able to abuse someone that was going to forgive them each and every time they abused you. Every time you were someone they could disrespect daily. Daily. Someone they could undermine. Someone that they can steal from. Someone they could lie to. Someone they could cheat on. And all they had to do was say, I'm sorry, and they're right back at home. Somebody that they could wreak havoc in your life, destroy your family, isolate you from your friends and your family, torture you, just endless torturing you. Oh man, people. Yeah. So the narcissists, do they miss you? Hell yeah, they miss you. Hell yeah, they miss you. Why? I think I just gave you several examples. But, it's funny how you guys are on totally opposite sides of the fence. And somehow you're the one missing the one who is on the other side of the fence abusing you. I get it, though. And again, that's why I'm trying to teach and show people how to process this information. If you learn how to process the information, it's going to change how you think and how you see the narcissist. You cannot see the narcissist as a viable partner to relationship with. You just cannot do it because they are not that. They are not that. If you want to have a respectful relationship that will have love, honesty, trust, affection, all of the things that you definitely weren't getting from the narcissist, then you cannot relationship with them. Those are people that are off limits. So I wanted to add one quick thing to this video. And this is in reference to another video that I made about the narcissist being the devil in person. I'm standing behind that. But I saw a video today from a young lady that I have a high amount of respect for. Absolutely, I have a lot of respect for you, ma'am. I just totally disagree with that view. And her view was that we should not demonize the narcissist. I don't, it's and my response to that really is that we're not demonizing the narcissist. They are demons. They've demonized themselves. They are the ones who have left a track record They've left a strong track record and they've worked hard for the reputation that they have. Their reputation stands strong. Their abuse, their neglect, their destruction, they have left a path of total discard and destruction behind all of them. So, no, I'm not demonizing them. They have demonized themselves. Absolutely, because you know something? This is my question. Is somebody forcing them to be evil? Is somebody forcing them to wake up every day and consciously abuse their spouse, their family members, so-called friends, their flying monkeys? Who's forcing them to do this? No one. They are of their own free will, and every day they choose to abuse other people. Even if that means they have to abuse themselves, they choose abuse over everything else. They could wake up in the morning and be a good person. How? Easily stop being a bad person. Usually they're in a home with a good person. And they started out mirroring the good person. So again, that shows intent, because they started out hiding who they were. And a good person would not have dealt with them in the first place had they known who they were in the beginning. So I'm not gonna stand behind one of these demons, one of these devils. They're devils. That is the devil in person. They fit the description to the T. If you anything that you look up on evil, everything that you look up that talks about evil, every description you can find in a narcissist. We call them narcissists, but they're truly just devils. This is another word to call a devil. People, if you're at home, you're living with one, you're married to one, you're in a relationship with one, or if you're thinking about marrying one, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'm begging you, please, if you're in a position where you're about to marry something like that, man, if you're engaged and you're watching these videos, get the hell out of that. Get out of it. Because you're not looking at these videos for nothing. Something inside you is calling you to watch. And I'm going to ring the alarm for you. Don't do it. You will be miserable beyond your wildest imagination. You cannot be successful in a relationship with an evildoer. Think about it. And think about this. When we talk about the devil, that is someone who we all accept. We accept the fact that a devil is just that. They have no good intention. They are strictly evil doers. And that's it. We have accepted that. Well, if you take a relationship further than anything, to be honest with you, you're asking for your worst nightmares to come true, especially if you're going to marry one of them things. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is a test. This is the test, and I'm going to confirm it for you. I'm going to be your confirmation on this one. Do not do it. Run. Run. If you know that this person fits the description, run. I guarantee you, every day you spend with that evildoer, you will regret it. You're going to regret it for every day you're with them. You're going to regret it. And every day you're with them, you're going to be thinking about what it's like to be in a real relationship with somebody who actually loves you and cares about you. Don't do it. Hey guys, that's my video. I want to thank all my new subscribers. Man, I appreciate y'all. I truly appreciate you guys. I'm just learning how to do some of this stuff on here. So I don't have my link for my Cash App in all of my videos, but I'm trying to go back and, put it in there so that people can, if you wanted to donate. I do appreciate all that you guys are doing for me. I hope to keep bringing you excellent content. And I want you to like, subscribe, share, comment on my videos. Thank you. I appreciate you.